Riley's at. No, we haven't totally separated yet. We're just doing a little piecemeal at a time. She's at the Wairika, I can't pronounce the name of the county, Saskatchewan, whatever it is. But she's up there buying some animals, or at least one animal from Molly. And Molly came in one of the top of her herd or whatever it was, and that'll be just money well spent, I guess. Anyway, she's off up there. Been up there all week. I got a call yesterday, about 4 o'clock. A lady called crying, and her husband had just passed away about an hour earlier. That one of his last words is for her to remember that I was to preach his funeral. I don't preach too many funerals anymore. Every time funeral home calls me, I tell them no, I've got other things out. Because it difficult, a lot more difficult than what people realize. And if I was ever to write a book, I would write a book on the abuse of preachers. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about in the ministry that people don't understand. A lot of time you wouldn't call your medical doctor, you wouldn't call your dentist, you wouldn't call and expect them to change everything or to cater to you, but somehow another, she said that her husband said, I want to make sure that he preaches my funeral. Now, when he told me quite a while back, and he unexpectedly died yesterday, when he told me a while back, I told him, I said, that preaching your funeral is going to be a great challenge because people are going to sit and wonder, what in the world can he say? And I said, I don't know that I'm going to be up to that challenge. It was like one time they said about a man, said, there's nothing good you can say about this man. And the preacher, he got thinking, well, what am I going to say? And he said, when he got up there, he said, well, I want you to know one thing, Fred was a good whistler. So some of us, that might be about all they're going to be able to say whenever we leave, that we were good whistlers. But we're living in some trying times. Our president, whether you like him or not, he's done a lousy job, but whether you like him or not, he's our president. And he met with some of the world leaders this week. Wasn't much said about it, very little evidently, except among the people of the economy of the world. And they have declared that the world's economy is teetering on total failure. Standard & Poor's lowered our credit rating, and it brought jitters all over the world. We started the printing 1-point-something trillion between now and the first of the year, and that just took out of your pocket the value of your money and devalued it and brought you into a lower standard of living. And now we are in perilous times. All these lying prophets on TV and radio, and I call them lying prophets because the Bible said that if you add to or take from this book, you're a lying prophet. But they talk about what their new revelations are and this, that, and the other. But we are coming to word that it looks like Babylon the Great. It's being shaken, and it is causing people to tremble all over the face of the earth. Now, I preached here for many years, and not very many people want to hear it. But the sons of Ishmael, the children of Hagar, are rising up in this last day, and they are going to totally bankrupt the nations of the world. And that's what this Bible said. It's not me dreaming something up. But whenever Abraham went into the wilderness to comfort Hagar and Ishmael, God told through Abraham that they would be benefactors and they would rise up and they would create havoc on the face of the earth. If you don't believe it, look what has happened to London just this past week. A city that they thought was totally exempt or sheltered from riots, but the city has been burning for nearly a week. They have had to threaten to call the army out. And now look at Europe, the economy in Europe. In America today, the world economy depends on us, and we are coming very close to borrowing 50 cents of every dollar that we are spending in America today. The national debt will, before the end of the year, exceed $16 trillion. All of the world leaders understand that we are out of control. Now, how are we supposed to confront this? They are now writing up legislation to do away with the exemption of mortgage interest, which was going to exasperate the majority of people that own their homes that are already under water. And they are also going to attempt to do away with religious contributions, because the religious world has got into such a place that you can take 2 pigs and 2 dogs and start a religion, and they'll give you a tax deduction for it. So we're confronted with a whole lot of things. Now I want to talk to you this morning on what Paul said in 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, the 9th and the 10th verse. Now I've been trying to get to the place to where that they died in faith, not having received the promise. That's Hebrews 11. But they died in faith, not having received the promise. That doesn't mean that God has changed his plan, nor has he altered his plan. But what God has promised to the fathers is going to come to pass. What God has promised to the fathers are going to come to pass. Amen. If I or any other preacher or person preaches anything that's not recorded already in this book, we prove ourselves to be a liar. Because what God has said to the human family has already been fulfilled and complete.